I think as adults, we forget that. We forget that we're supposed to be one thing, that we are divinely created, and we are only supposed to be us. Do you want God's plan for your life? Do you want to discover your calling? Do you want to build a business that's aligned with God's will? Hey girl, hey, I'm Jeanette, business and faith coach. After a decade in the military, the Air Force said, see you later, and I had to find my true calling. Want to know how God directed my life from a cybersecurity engineer to a faith and business mentor? In this podcast, I'll teach you how to start a business, how to know your business is God's calling, monetization techniques, how to trust the Holy Spirit, and how to set boundaries to listen to His word alone. Ready to become unapologetically unstoppable? Hey girl, hey. Let me tell you about my daughter. She's 5, she's so sweet, and I'm having a problem. And the problem is that she is in dance and CC, which is Classical Conversations, which is our homeschool co-op. And I don't know if she fits in. But at the same point, I'm like, I don't know if I want her to fit in. Because we are all divinely, uniquely created. And so what does that even mean, fitting in? You know what I mean? Like I'm really trying to study children because God says, come to me like a child. So I'm like, I don't even like kids, but I guess I'm going to study them from afar because I can see how they act, right? How they interact with different things and what they care about. Maybe, I don't know. So I'm like sitting there watching my kid interact with the other kids. And she comes up to me and she's like, Mom, these friends don't want to play with me. I was like, well, how do you know they don't want to play with you? Did they say that? No. Okay, well, why don't you go ask them what they're playing and see if you can play with them? So she runs back to the kids, and of course they let her play with her because most people by nature are not jerks, okay? They're not actually jerks. And so I'm watching her play with these kids, and they're playing princess or whatever, I don't know. And I'm like watching them all interact together. And it's a family of 3 kids. It's like an older brother, a sister, and then like a young girl. So probably like an 8-year-old girl, probably like a 7-year-old boy, and like a 4-year-old girl. And they're a family. So obviously they're going to play well together. They know each other in and out, but they brought her in. They let her play with them, my daughter. And so I was just watching them interact and all the things that they were doing, right? And it just made me realize we don't have to fit in. We can just be us, and people will still like us, even if we're not part of their family. Even if we have never met them and we're just like, hey, this is who I am. Can I come play with you? And they said yes. They had zero problem about that. I think as adults, we forget that. We forget that we're supposed to be one thing, that we are divinely created, and we are only supposed to be us. We're only supposed to do the things that we can do. We're not supposed to be the X, Y, and Z of X, Y, and Z. I've got a friend who is going up for this leadership position, and according to the whatevers, I don't know who says that it has to be like this, but she's supposed to do this, this, and this. She's supposed to do this, and this, and this. And I was like, who said so? Like, do it how you can do it. God would not have put this on your heart unless He wanted you to do it your way. Because this community needs you to do it your way, not their way. And you know what? You might get it wrong, but you know what? God's with you. God is with you, and God put this on you. He anointed you into this position. Nobody else is in that position but you. So this is your job to be you in the way that you can do things. And at the end of the day, just show love in the way that you can show love. And that's what those kids were doing to my daughter, and I loved it. So when we're out there and we're going to do things, we got our business and we're like, these people are never going to like me if I show up as my true, authentic self. False. My friend talks about farts, and I love her. I love her because she's open enough to talk about farts. Because she's her. She's 100% authentically her. There's another girl that I know, and I don't know anything about her. She will not open up. She won't say anything. She's always asking questions, but not really giving information. It's not a two-way street. So I don't like her. It feels like she's guarded. It feels like she's hiding something. And I don't like people that are hiding things, because then it makes me feel like, are you going to use something against me? Are you just waiting to slice me in the back? I don't know. But if I'm open and honest with you, sharing my entire heart with you, I expect the same. That's what my friend does. I love her. She's like my best friend. So when we have these friends and we have these people that we see out and they're being fake, unauthentic, just know that nobody's going to like them. So when you're out there posting for your business, be 100% authentically you. Don't look at other people's stuff. Don't use somebody else for an example. Only look inside of yourself, because God gave you words to use for yourself. Sometimes I think we have to be like somebody else because they were successful in their way. No, we don't. And we shouldn't. We should only be successful in what we are good at and how we were created. Literally every strategy in the world will work, because obviously it has worked for somebody. But when you turn into God, you start listening to the Holy Spirit who lives inside you. Some people call it their intuition. It's not. It's God. When you listen to God divinely guiding you, you will know exactly how to show up in your business. And when you show up authentically in your business, people are going to love you. Show them the messy side of you. Show them the hot messery of you. Show them all the ugly parts of you, also all the good parts, right? Because you're a multifaceted person, multifaceted. You're not a one-trick pony. Show them everything. Hi, my name is Jeanette. You might hear me cuss a little because I was in the military and God hasn't convicted me to stop cursing all the way yet. So might slip out. And I love Jesus. And I'm a homeschool mom. And, right? And you can love it or not. If cuss words offend you, I'm not your person. I am not. I'm going to drop you some hot hits from the Bible. Also, the F word might slip out, so just be prepared. I'm going to keep it real with you because that's who I am. And if you don't like me, that's not my problem. God will make somebody out there for you to be guided by, okay? But I'm not that person for you. I'm not your guide. So go be you, whatever that is. Whatever that is. Wow, that was so good. So I know that you know somebody that also needs to hear that. So share this episode. Leave a review. And I would love if you could watch my free workshop at JeanettePeterson.com/missingpiece. I'll see you guys over on the grams at Jeanette.Peterson. Bye.